You remember the way she looked at you, like you were the only person in the room, the only person in her world. Her smile carried weight, the kind that makes you believe in forever. Her texts lit up your phone at midnight, and every word felt intentional, real, alive. Then everything changed. The warmth disappeared. The messages stopped. Suddenly, there's just silence. Cold, confusing silence. And you're sitting there, replaying every conversation, every moment, trying to figure out what went wrong. Did I say something? Did I push too hard? Did she find someone else? Here's what most men don't understand. Sometimes when a woman goes cold, it's not because she's done with you, it's because she's falling too deep, and it terrifies her. Today, we're breaking down 7 psychological reasons why women pull away when they're in love, and more importantly, how a Stoic man responds with strength, clarity, and unshakable self-respect. Love isn't always the fairy tale we're sold. For many women, intense feelings don't bring peace. They bring chaos, anxiety, emotional overload. She didn't plan on falling for you. Maybe she wasn't even looking. But now that it's happening, she doesn't know what to do with it. She feels exposed, vulnerable, like she's handed you the power to destroy her, and that's terrifying. So instead of moving closer, she creates distance. It's not rejection. It's self-preservation. The Stoic approach? Don't panic. Don't bombard her with texts asking what's wrong. Don't question your worth because of her reaction. Give her space. Let her sit in those feelings without pressure, because when she feels safe again, when she realizes you're not going to punish her for needing time, she'll come back. And she'll come back stronger. Yes, women test. Not to play games, but to measure who you really are. She's watching. Can he stay composed when I'm distant? Will he spiral into insecurity? Will he flood my phone with desperate messages? Your reaction to her silence tells her everything she needs to know. More than your words ever could. A Stoic man doesn't flinch. He doesn't beg to be noticed. He doesn't chase validation like it's oxygen. Instead, he remains grounded. He continues building his life, his mission, his purpose, because his identity isn't tied to how she feels on any given day. That's the test. And most men fail it by showing they can't handle uncertainty. But you stand tall in the silence. There's a particular type of woman who values her independence above almost everything else. She's built her life on her own terms. She doesn't need anyone to complete her. And then you show up. Suddenly, she starts craving your presence, your voice, your energy. And that need disrupts her entire self-image. It makes her feel weak, so she pulls away to prove to herself that she's still whole on her own. It's not personal. It's identity. If you react with panic, if you try to pull her back in, you validate her fear. You become the thing she's trying to escape. But if you stay calm, if you give her space while remaining supportive from a distance, she realizes something powerful. She can trust you without losing herself. Some women carry scars you'll never see. Past relationships filled with lies, betrayal, and broken promises. So when someone like you appears, someone who's actually kind, present, and intentional, her heart doesn't celebrate. It whispers warnings, don't fall too fast. This won't last. He'll leave just like the others did. She might ghost, not because she wants to, but because she's terrified you'll disappear first. It's a defense mechanism. The more she feels, the more she resists. The Stoic man understands this. He doesn't chase her for reassurance. He doesn't get angry or punish her for protecting herself. He simply continues being the same grounded, consistent person. Day after day. Proving through his actions, not his words, that her fear is unfounded. Some women withdraw out of curiosity. They want to see how you'll respond. Does he value me enough to fight for me? Will he break his character and chase me like every other guy? But here's the paradox. If you do chase, everything changes. You go from being a mystery to being predictable, from grounded to needy, from attractive to desperate. The Stoic response? Let her come to you, not out of ego or game playing, but out of genuine self-respect. Because the man who truly values himself never begs to be chosen. He presents himself authentically and allows others to decide if they want to be part of his life. If she returns, great. If she doesn't, you haven't lost anything because you never compromised your dignity. Not all silence is strategic. Sometimes she's just dealing with life. Career stress, family drama, internal conflict, past trauma resurfacing. When she goes quiet, it might have absolutely nothing to do with you. But most men assume the worst. They spiral. She doesn't love me anymore. I messed up. I'm losing her. This assumption leads to overreactions, which push her even further away. The Stoic man takes a different approach. He gives space. He respects her process. He stays emotionally stable while she finds clarity. And in doing so, he becomes the only man she trusts during her emotional storms. Not because he fixed her, but because he didn't make it worse. For some women, love is associated with loss. They've loved before, and it shattered them. So when those same intense, consuming, real feelings start to rise again, their instinct isn't to embrace it. It's to protect themselves. She may ignore you, not out of rejection, but out of pure self-defense. This isn't something you can fix with the right words or grand gestures. It's something you can only understand. You can't pull her out of that fear. But by remaining strong, calm, and non-reactive, you become something different in her life. You become the man who represents safety instead of pressure, stability instead of chaos. Let's be clear about something. Ignoring you because she's emotionally overwhelmed is one thing. Ignoring you to manipulate or punish you is something else entirely. A Stoic man does not tolerate emotional immaturity disguised as mystery, so here's what you never do. Don't beg for her attention. Don't double text. Don't stalk her social media looking for clues. Don't let her silence destroy your self-worth. Let her speak through her actions. You speak through your discipline, your peace, and your quiet strength. Because you're not here to convince anyone to love you. You're here to live so powerfully that love naturally aligns with your presence. The Stoic man doesn't try to decode her every move. He doesn't lose himself trying to earn someone's affection. Instead, he protects his time. He sharpens his focus. He builds his mission. He honors his values. He lets her leave if she must. He welcomes her back if she returns with clarity. But he never, ever compromises his dignity. Because centered masculinity doesn't chase. It attracts, effortlessly and powerfully. Sometimes women ignore you, not because they don't love you, but because they're terrified they actually do. They're scared of how deep it feels. They don't know if you'll stay. They're unsure if you're real or just another illusion. And while she's working through those fears, your response will define everything. Will you beg? Will you break down? Will you lose sleep scrolling through old conversations, trying to figure out where it went wrong? Or will you stand calm in the silence, unmoved, unbothered, unshakable? Because that man, the grounded, peaceful one who doesn't fall apart when things get uncertain, that's the man she'll either come back to or regret losing for the rest of her life. Your move isn't to chase, it's to continue becoming the kind of man who doesn't need to. If this message resonated with you, it means you're ready to become more than just a man reacting to circumstances. You're ready to become a stoic leader of your own life. Subscribe now for more insights on masculinity, emotional control, and self-respect. Hit that bell icon and join a community of men who don't chase validation. They rise above needing it. Let her silence echo. Let your discipline speak.